Let me first say that I'm a little surprised that as a nation we're having a conversation that I thought happened when I was a little teeny kid about whether women in this country should have access to contraception. I thought that one happened a long time ago. And if I were the Republican candidate running for president of the United States, I'd be focused on jobs and job creation. I wouldn't be trying to restrict women's ability to have contraception available to them regardless of their insurance policy. So I find it a little astonishing that we're having a conversation at all. Having said that, I heard Rush Limbaugh's comments. They were reprehensible. There is no way to interpret them any other way than the way I interpret them, which is I can't remember in recent history hearing such a degrading, despicable response to a woman who is fighting for her own reproductive rights. I heard what Limbaugh said, and I think the rest of America did too. And I personally applaud the advertisers that are pulling out of his show, and if I were he, I would voluntarily get off the air. I think that there's a time when everyone, every leader in the free world should stand up for women and their rights when they're being trampled on. And as I said, I'm shocked that we're having this conversation as a nation. At a time when Vermonters and Americans care more about job creation, economic security, we're literally having a conversation that my mother was having and fighting for when I was a kid in 1956, 58, and 1960. What has become of the national dialogue that someone like Rush can get on the air and make accusations like he did about a woman who is simply fighting for coverage for her reproductive future? I just find it astonishing. You know, I think we all know where it came from, and as you know, it's been a major part of the campaign of both Rick Santorum and now Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich. They've been talking about it every opportunity they can find. All I'm saying is, you know, not only are they talking about reproductive issues that I thought we settled when I was a little child, but we're not talking about that. They're so doom and gloom on the future of America that I sometimes think they grew up in a different country than I did. I mean, this is a optimistic, hopeful nation that is more innovative than any other country in the world, that is an extraordinarily bright future if we do things right, like educate our kids, which we're talking about today, like invest in broadband, like ensure that we pay our bills, as we do in Vermont. We don't spend money we don't have, and ensure that we get healthcare costs under control. These are the things that these candidates, in my view, should be discussing, because that's what Americans care about. They don't really want to go back to the 1950s when women didn't have reproductive rights.